All right. So we are coming at you today with our Wellness Wednesday, Robin and myself, talking about a day maybe you've heard of, maybe you haven't, but it's always every year on February 25th called Let's All Eat Right Day. And I had never heard of that before. And
No,
so
I
I thought,
hadn't
oh,
either.
let's explore that a little bit. So anyway, yeah, so who knew there was a day for that? But um, it's interesting because it was established in 1973, so over 50 years ago. And our world was a little different then. It was established by the Dietetics and Nutrition Academy. And when you look at our lifestyles back then and then our lifestyles today, and I mean eating lifestyles, um, since then, 50 plus years have gone by, and our country as a whole is getting sicker and more overweight, and chronic diseases everywhere. And so it's really interesting to see the how far we've come or how far we haven't come, I guess. I don't know, but
Right,
one in
right.
four US adults are either obese or overweight. And that wasn't the case. It was the opposite in 1973. Very interesting. So anyway, we want to talk about, and I'm gonna so that's how it was established in 1973. And Robin, I'm gonna have you take over from here for a second.
Yep, yep. So I just kind of want to talk about the woman, the nutritionist, that the reason they have it on this day that they celebrate her, and it's Adele Davis. She was a nutritionist. And
Mhm.
here's the funniest part about this, and I'm going to read it straight from this. It said, um, she wrote two books. She may have written more, I'm not sure, but they reference two books here. One was in 1947, and that was called Let's Cook It Right. And the
Mm.
other one was in 1954, and that was Let's Eat Right to Keep Fit. 1954, you guys.
Wow.
So and it says down here, it says her research and publications had a huge impact on the everyday American consumer, even with her fair share of controversy. And they're saying it's controversy because I will tell you, she is focusing on championing, that's a hard word to say, whole foods over processed foods.
Wow. Back
that
then.
was that was the controversy. She
Wow.
said, and she was advocating for the importance of taking nutritional supplements, which we all know, or hopefully we know that nutritional supplements are good for you, to help prevent disease and potentially social ills.
Mm.
Um, she said that it says the 1900s was a time when vitamins were introduced and the concept of value as dietary supplements was on the rise. So, talking with Kim, and we were discussing this a little bit ago, this has been over 50 years that people have been trying to figure this out and saying not to eat the processed foods, and we're still eating processed foods that are literally, as Kim said, they're killing us. They are killing us. So Let's Eat Right Day. Kim and I are so excited to celebrate Let's Eat Right Day. It's on the 25th, which is Sunday. And so Kim's going to kind of start in a little bit about the things that we should be eating or we get to eat to feed ourselves and make ourselves healthier rather than the processed foods. And we're going to
Yeah.
talk a little bit about ingredients too in a second. So
Yeah.
hit it.
I thank you. I feel it's very simple, actually.
Yeah.
It's to be protein forward, to maximize your protein intake, because protein does so much for our bodies, our cells, our metabolism, our longevity, our bones. Protein is we can't live without protein. Thank you. We can't live without protein and
Our
fats.
muscles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
muscle. But we can live without carbohydrates, which but we like veggies, so we don't want to give those up.
Right.
But so being very protein forward and also being fiber forward, getting enough fiber, because and that's found in your veggies, which are a carbohydrate, but they are a quality carbohydrate, not like the man-made fake carbohydrates out there, like
Right.
Twinkie. Twinkie doesn't come from a plant or anything. It's a made up.
Right.
So,
Right.
but and our healthy fats. We need healthy fats, which are great for your brain health. great for your cells. Your cells, each cell has fat, and it needs healthy fat and to keep your health cells healthy as well, and a lot of things it needs. But I'm just trying to keep this very simplified. But it's not rocket science. It's actually quite simple when you focus on those three things. And as far as eating, but I mean, there are other things you can do as well, but we really want to just talk about eating right, like the easy ways you can eat right. And so finding, and I don't follow a diet. I am an omnivore. So, but I just eat mostly whole foods. And I
Right.
think that's key. And then Robin, do you want to add anything more to that about food
So,
wise?
we've been through, and I think the whole thing too with people get confused
Mhm.
because through the years, there's been so many different, low or low fat
Fat.
products, like no fat, low fat. Um, and just remember, if you're still in that low fat, because listen, we just kind of came out of that pretty recent. Just remember, low fat means more sugar. And they
Mm.
do talk about that, with this article that Kim and I found too. Um, Drinking water, that is so healthy for you. I'm not sure if we touched on that, but
Not yet.
drinking plenty of water. Um, and then I said to Kim, and I want you to talk more too with the foods and stuff, but I got a text this morning. I just want to read you the text, and I get it from someone who is like an influencer or whatever. She sends one every single day, and I'm on her text uh, chain or whatever. And of course, now I can't find it. But I said to Kim, I said, we've been doing this for over 50 years. And why is it not getting any better?
Mm.
Anyway, her text said something to the effect of, oh, here it is. You can only help the people who want to help themselves.
Mm.
So keep showing up and being seen, and the ones you can help will find you. And so that's kind of the reason that you see Kim and I here every week, because we have so much passion for helping other people. And we want to educate ourselves and then therefore educate other people with the things that we've learned. And, eating whole foods and staying away from the gimmicks and the diets and things like that are what we want to pass on. And it is simple, like Kim just said. So that's my little I'm going to jump down off of my little pedestal here.
No, and I think, and we both walk the walk. I mean, we both are doing
Yeah,
we're talking about. And I want to say a little bit more about hydration because our bodies are made up of 60% water, and it helps, again, staying hydrated helps with metabolism, helps with our brain health, helps with our cells, cellular healing, all things cellular. It helps with our nutrition, absorbing nutrients, and it's just a lot of things. So don't discount water. And ideally, we want to drink half our weight in ounces. So take your weight, cut it in half, and that's how many ounces you should drink. And or work your way up to that. That should be your goal. And many people say that's a minimum. If you're more active, you probably want more water. If you're not quite as active, you can get away with a little bit less, but don't discount
for
water,
sure.
especially just for all the great things that it helps us with. So and we've talked about gut health before, but eating, like what I said, proteins, fibers, are so good for your gut health. And so, keeping
Because
your
it's your
gut,
second brain.
yep, your
Because it's
gut's
your
your second
second
brain,
brain.
keeping your gut healthy, keeps your
Yep.
hormones healthy, keeps
Right. Hey,
everything working.
one other thing I wanted to touch on too, that they did mention in this article at the top, because like we said, things change. And there were some things in the article that we weren't totally like, in alignment with. So, but the one thing it said, as is important to human beings as air and water, and in some ways, one might
Mm.
argue that food tops the list because it can affect us in ways beyond just the physical. Food can change your mood, speak
Yep.
to your very soul, and make a difference in your self perception.
Mhm.
So, and it does. And think about it. Like when you're not eating healthy, you're not going to feel healthy. When you're eating things that like carbohydrates can make you tired or whatever, they're and if
Well, it's
you're not drinking enough water,
the sugar
right,
and flour
the sugar,
carbohydrates
yeah, yeah,
that make you
yeah.
tired. But
So,
Anyway.
oh, and the ingredient labels, guys. So again, we'll tell you, it's not just about what this says right here on the front of the label. You have to turn it around, and it's not all about just what this says either. It's underneath here where it says ingredients. Always check your labels for ingredients and do your due diligence. Listen to some of the conversations that Kim and I have for about, seed oils and things that are not good for you.
Yeah.
And keep your sugars at a minimum. And definitely take it seriously. I don't know. I want to be around a long time.
Me too. I want to be.
And I don't want to have any crazy diseases. So
Exactly. Well, being around a long time and being functional and being able to do all the things you want to do, that's
yeah,
key. So,
yeah.
all right. Well, we just want to leave you with having fun and live young, and we will
Yep.
see you next week. All
All
right.
right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.